Welcome to the SFL. I'm Cameron Irvine, lead play-by-play man and commissioner of the First Football eSport League, and this extensive guide will help you find everything you need to get the full SFL experience, or the experience you want. The first step to learning more about the league is on SFL Interactive, the multimedia hub of our website. Head to simulationfl.net and click on the Interactive tab in the menu. Once you're there, create your profile and receive your first 10 points. They'll show up in the upper right-hand corner. Points can be used to pay for anything from player progression to photo galleries and so much more coming soon. On SFL Interactive, you can watch exclusive league content like behind-the-scenes footage and videos, amazing plays, and classic games. You can also watch live games every Sunday night and participate in live lotteries, which can net you more free points. Back on Discord, introduce yourself in the Introductions channel to receive permissions. Tell us how you found us, who you are, and what you're interested in. From here, you can message team owners and general managers and inquire about joining the live stats, beat writing, multimedia, or broadcast teams, and hunt for your future home on the field. There are two ways to get on a team, either as an undrafted free agent or through the rookie draft. If you join in the months of April, May, October, or November, you qualify for the rookie draft right away, since rosters are locked during these months while the league wraps up seasonal competition and teams are re-signing or signing veteran players. If you join in any other month, becoming an undrafted free agent is your most likely route. Either option can net you success. If you're going into the rookie draft, a little bit of everything can go a long way in a competitive field. Make an impression by purchasing or gaining your points for player progression in advance. Earn a high chat ranking and show your desire and professionalism in the community chat rooms and in private messages with teams. Join a league staff, team, or contribute to the league's general fund. Drafts are held at the beginning of every June and December. If you're going to get scooped up as an undrafted free agent, your chat ranking determines what type of opportunities you could have. To find out if there are any recent openings on teams, check the player openings section of Discord. If all rosters are full, don't be discouraged. Opportunities come up all the time, and it may just be the perfect fit to start your career. Every offseason, you're able to start completely from scratch if you want, or you can negotiate a new deal with your current team or a different squad. Games are broadcast Sundays through Tuesdays on our SFL networks on Twitch, YouTube, and Fuel. While you're subscribing to those feeds, make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and give us some love on Instagram. If you need or want to talk to league staff, we're always listed in gold at the top right of the member list in Discord when we're online, and we'll always try to assist you or make time for you as best we can. That's the Simulation Football League, and that's just the start. Thanks for being here to make an impact. I can't wait to call your name.
And returning it back the other way is Jack Burton, and Carolina has a touchdown on a pick six.
Spins out of a sack, throws it to the back of the end zone. He's got his man. Touchdown.
So they're like, oh, well, we need real players. Like, oh, okay. So you need a quarterback? Sure.
He's up to the 30. He's gone, baby. My goodness. Somebody cool off that man's feet because they're on fire.
Throw. King wants it all now, and it's caught! Oh! Touchdown, Chicago!
Unbelievable play! That's got to be #1 this week, and we just got started!
People like immersing themselves and all the buildup that goes in, and with that, this is going to explode big time.
The SFL Network on Twitch welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
And welcome SFL Nation to Richard L. Snowden Stadium in Denver, Colorado, the site of Week 2's Fan Night Game of the Week. Tonight we have the rematch of last season's SFL Championship game. It's the 1-0 Alaska Storm taking on the 1-0 Denver Night Wings. With Andy Hamilton at stats, the Commissioner Cameron Irvine working behind the scenes at SFL headquarters, this is T. Roy Gaines. And my broadcast partner tonight is the Bronze Bomber Hall of Fame quarterback of Mexico City, Matt Wilson. Matt, how's it going?
Great. Really excited to see these two Titans go to war tonight.
let's talk about these two Titans. Both teams were victorious last week, but Alaska was more dominant in their performance as they beat New Orleans 40-7, outgaining them in total yards 476 to 276. Ron Cochran was dominant, throwing them for almost 400 yards in that game, while Denver had a comeback for the ages. Despite being down 20-3 in the fourth quarter, they rallied to beat Vancouver with 21 unanswered points with a score of 24-20. In that win, they were outgained offensively and turned the ball over 3 times, but they was able to snap back into championship form in that critical fourth quarter. Matt, what are your keys for tonight's game?
Well, T-Roy, you've already mentioned one Alaska's Ron Cochran. When he's on, including at a high percentage, it's very difficult to do as Alaska. Denver needs to bring pressure and force some mistakes from the veteran. Denver's key is definitely Jared McChesney. He didn't really have a great game against Vancouver. McChesney needs to have a big game and take pressure off Josh Miller, who, threw 3 interceptions last week, and that was a major problem for Denver.
All right, in Denver, speaking of them, they'll get the ball first as we get ready to start today's Titanic rematch of the championship from last season. And the Hugh has kicked off, and we're underway here in Denver, Colorado. Here's the return out of his own end zone, and he will be stopped at the 19. Let's go over the starting lineups for the Night Wings, starting with the quarterback, Josh Miller. Running back is Jared McChesney, Mr. 2,000 yards himself. Wide receivers are Giacomo Jones and Logan Keel. Tight end is Hypo Kinola. This person 10 for for Denver on their own 19. 2-back set behind Miller as he decided to make some adjustments at the line. Denver never lost at home last season. See to continue that this season. Miller drops back the pass, is immediately hit, Matt, by Big Sexy, number 69.
Yeah, who else? Big Alex Dominguez getting there and making Miller uncomfortable. Like I said, he threw 3 picks last game, and that pressure could pay dividends for Alaska throughout this game.
And Alaska's defense is Alex Dominguez at D tackle, Frank Champion at linebacker, Ryan Davison and Evan Carroll the cornerbacks. The safeties are Ryan Tobin and Andrew Francis. It's a second down of 10. Miller drops back the pass and fires it. And it is pat down, almost intercepted by Ryan Tobin there. Pass is going to Kinola on that play.
Miller's got to be careful. Again, he got behind last week, and he was able to lead his team to victory in the fourth quarter, but you don't want to get behind the 8 ball too much against Alaska. They're just too tough to come back from behind.
That's so true. It's 3rd and 10. They got to convert here, keep this drive going. 4 wide receiver set, single back in the backfield. Miller looks, he gets up, pressure, but he's able to complete the catch for a first down on the Denver 38-yard line. Great play. And that was to Graham Kenyon, the wide receiver, non-contract role.
Yeah, the backup there, but Miller breaking the tackle there, stepping up with the pocket and throwing a nice pass. That's a nice play by the vet.
And as you see, it's 90 degrees here in Denver, Colorado. 10 miles per hour winds going on. A comfortable day here in Denver, here in the summertime. Miller drops back and fires it quickly to the tight end for a nice 6-yard gain.
Yeah, that's what you like to see. Now that opens up the McChesney running game, 2nd and 4. I'd just give him the ball up the middle and see what he can do. Even if he doesn't get the first, should get a nice 3rd and short.
And with Kinola, he was coming into today's game with 707 yards and 4 TDs for his career. He already made a mark on this drive. 2nd and 4. McChesney is the single back, 4 wide receiver set. Miller drops back and fires, and it's caught for the first down. Great play. And Denver is using their role players a lot. That is the tight end, R.J. Decker, on the catch.
Well, it doesn't matter what your starters, backups, you got to be ready to go. But Denver's using those nice out routes, at the right time. Not on 3rd and 10, you throw a 5-yard out route, but early on sets them up for great success on future drives and future downs.
I wonder if they're going to use McChesney here. Josh Miller, the 4-year vet from San Antonio, is making changes at the line. He says he's going to throw it to his back right there. That's McChesney. He gets close to the first down. Stopped right away by the Iceman Ryan Davidson, but not after a 7-yard gain by McChesney after that catch.
McChesney had a lot more up the field if he couldn't have broken the tackle, but good job to hang on for dear life and not let McChesney get, I don't know, 20, 30. He can be a long ways.
Yeah, Ryan Davidson is a tackling machine, has over 115 tackles coming into today's game. 2nd down 3, and now McChesney gets the handoff, gets the first down before he gets taken to the shadow realm. And I can see that's Tobin on the tackle.
Well, good job. Again, Denver seemed to be using their personnel a lot better on this first drive than they did in the first game in the first half. You want to work in McChesney definitely heavily, but you got to pass the ball too, but pass it efficiently.
And they've been doing that so far today in this drive as Miller drops back and throws it to McChesney. It looks like he got the first down and more. What a play, as now Denver has entered to the red zone on Alaska's 18-yard line. Good play by McChesney to break that tackle, Matt.
Yeah, there's another throw to McChesney. That's a great way to use him, They send the heat. McChesney's wide open, wide side of the field, and just breaks a tackle and gets a ton of yards. And this is setting up very well for Denver. You'd think they'd at least be getting 3, but they smell that end zone. They want 7 points, and they need it against this Alaska Storm team.
All right, 1st and 10 on Alaska's 18. Minute 18 left in the first quarter. This is a good time melting drive here by Denver. Play action pass, pump fake, fires, and this time the pump fake is successful as they got their fullback, number 33. That is Steve Akoa. I hope I pronounced his name right. I need to after that great catch.
Yeah, again, there's your role player again. Throw to the fullback, kind of unexpected into tight coverage. Josh Miller doing a great job, and now it's McChesney time. 1st and goal on the 2, just hammered up the middle 3 straight times, and I think you're going to get a touchdown, but we'll have to see. Alaska's putting up a good front here.
All right, 1st and goal on Alaska's 2. Can Denver punch it in? And it's going to be a swing pass to McChesney. And he gets stopped short of the end zone. What a tackle there, as it's now 2nd and goal on the 1 line, Matt.
I love the call by Denver because Alaska's all bottled up in the middle from the defensive end, so you throw a little swing wide open. I thought he was going to score, but a great tackle. Now maybe you run it in here.
Great job by Alfredo Masonette with the tackle on McChesney there. 2nd and goal. Miller drops back, fires in the middle. Oh, no, he couldn't complete the toe drag swag. That was intended to number 11, Mr. Giacomo Jones.
I like the swing on first. Not a big fan on that second. It's got to be McChesney time. You're on the goal line. What?
They are challenging. Mr. Vega's going to challenge this. Actually, not Mr. Vega. There's a new coach in town. Take that back. Avery Allen's challenging that. Here's a replay.
Rolling the ref 62 dice on this one. I thought he was clearly out of bounds. We'll have to see if there's something we missed. Or I missed. I don't think so.
I think Denver might be losing the timeout. Oh, Jerry's the coach.
Looks like there was stands just like we thought. So kind of a waste of timeout. I wouldn't have thrown that. I don't think it was close. But we'll see what. Don't get fancy, Denver. Give it to the guy you paid the big bucks to and let him try to score in the end zone from the 1-inch line.
Yeah, don't Pete Carroll. Hand the ball to Mr. McChesney here. It's 3rd and goal on the 1 line. They're not handing the ball off. They're throwing it, and they got fancy. They lost 2, maybe 3 on that play, and they had to settle for a field goal for Mr. Kramer Jackman.
I can't agree with that call because, the first time was great, but, when you get down to those, the 1 foot line, you just got to trust your running game. And now you're going to settle for 3, unfortunately, on the 1-inch line. So hopefully they can straighten that out for their next drive if they get that close.
Yeah, you know how Alaska is scary on offense, and they will be getting the ball after this play here. And here's the kick. 20-yard field goal is made by Mr. Kramer Jackman. He is 30 of 30 all time. And Denver has taken the lead 3-0.
Like I said, not what they wanted. They wanted more points. They were so close, and when you're playing Alaska, you got to take advantage of every opportunity. But points is better than a turnover, so they have the lead for now.
In SFL Nation, please like the SFL on Facebook. Share your glory with your friends and family. As Jackman kicks it off, and it's returned at the own 2-yard line. Good return out to the 25-yard line by Mr. Robert Merrill, the former running back. He returns to wide receiver. Let's talk about the backs and receivers real quick. Quarterback for Alaska's Ron Cochran. J.W. Doyle is the new fullback in town. Robert Merrill, Jeff Como, Optimus Klein are the wide receivers, and thus the offensive starters for Alaska. 1st and 10. On their own 25-yard line. And they're going to give it off to Mr. J.W. Doyle, who is stopped for a no-yard gain there. A fullback carry for Alaska starting off, Matt.
Yeah, Alaska doesn't invest big in the running game as far as a true halfback, so you're going to see a lot of fullback runs, but mostly a lot of passing. And that's a win for the Denver defense, so on 1st down for sure.
2nd and 10, we'll talk about Denver defense after this play. Barring the result, Stanley Liddell joins Doyle, but Doyle gets the carry. He is stuffed right away for 3rd and 8. Let's talk about Denver's defense real quick. Their star players, number 74, Bailey Baca as the D tackle, Mike Sawchuk, 92, as the inside linebacker. Cornerbacks are Justin Jones and B.J. Armstrong. Josh Vacquez and Nicholas Warner are your safeties for the Denver Nightwings defense. It's 3rd and 8, Matt. As Cochran goes back to pass and fires it to his right. And it's caught. Jeff Como says Como estás as he broke the tackle, and he's going to take it to the house. Touchdown. Alaska, the Ron Cochran to Jeff Como connection scores them 6.
Oof. Well, I guess Como shows you why he wanted to play wide receiver again, huh? With a play like that, I think that's a more spectacular play than he had all last season at halfback. So, yeah, good switchback by head coach Max Ball, and what a great play. And that's why if you're Denver, you want 7, because Alaska can do crazy things like that. They'll lull you to sleep with a run and the short out or outs, and they go deep, and, well, you better have someone back there because it could be all over, and it was for Denver on that drive.
And Ron Cochran got most of the 149 he needed to reach 7th place all time in quarterback passing yards. Here's the extra point by DeHue, and it's good. Alaska's up 7-3, making Denver pay for not getting 6 on the previous drive, Matt.
Yeah, and just like that, don't look away, because Alaska can score. They can do it methodically, West Coast style, or they can do it, like I say, in a big chunk play. And a little uncharacteristic for them, but they, like I say, they do have the big chunk plays. So now we'll see if Denver responds, being kind of smacked in the mouth.
And believe it or not, McChesney only had 1 carry for 6 yards on the previous drive as the kick is underway. Returned out to the 24-yard line by Vega. And it's 1st and 10 for Denver. Matt, what do you expect Denver to do get back in this game?
I mean, they should just run the offense they were running before. Quick outs, short passes, smart passes, run to McChesney every once in a while. But then when you get in that, 1st and short on the goal line, run your running back. That's the only change I would make.
And here we go. 1st and 10 on Denver 24. McChesney gets the carry, runs to his left. Couldn't break the tackle, but he got 5 yards on that carry.
Yep, that's what you want to do. You're not always going to get the big play, and you shouldn't be taking too many deep shots on this Alaska defense anyways. You got a great secondary, and then you got Alex Dominguez lurking, so you can't take too much time.
And 2nd and 5 for Denver. Split backs next to Miller. 2 receivers to his right. And Miller drops back, fires it down the field dangerously. Should have been picked. There was 4 Alaska Storm members there to try to pick that off, but didn't come through. Luckily for Mr. Miller there.
Yeah, look, pressure was on, and he kind of got rid of it in a hurry, and That's the second time we've seen Miller go over the middle. It's just not a good way to go. You know, go more towards the sidelines on this defense. And now they'll be forced to pass, I would think. I mean, they could surprise me, but however them, like I say, just a quick out. 5, 6 yard out. Good to go. But see what they decide to do here.
Yeah, great job by Evan Carroll. Ryan Tobin making sure that Kanola didn't make that catch. 3rd and 5. 4:59 counting left in this first quarter as this catch is completed to Kanola. He carries 2 defenders to the Denver 43-yard line. As you see there, Millers have 84 yards in this first quarter.
Yeah, 2 of those incompletions were over the middle, almost picks. But here he had pressure in his face, and Dominguez, he gets that ball beautifully, lets his receiver make a nice run after catch. I mean, he got an extra 7-8 yards during those feet. So great response from Denver so far.
Yeah, I take that back. He has 85 yards on this in this game so far. Full house backfield, your favorite formation, Matt.
I'm trying to bite my tongue.
And Miller drops back and fires to McChesney. He has a blocker in front of him, able to slip past the first guy, but gets tackled right away after a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, I'm kind of seeing that more out of some teams. They'll run that full house backfield, but instead of the god-awful run, they'll throw the screen out of it, which seems to be, you know, I don't mind if you have a run out of it, but you got to have a pass option out of it as well to keep teams on their feet. And so far, I've just seen, you know, the passing option, which seems to be more productive.
2nd down, 5. Miller drops back and fires.
Oh.
And somebody ribs just got served on that one. What a hit. I couldn't catch the number because that guy just sped by after that to celebrate the hit, Matt.
Yeah, Kinloa, look out. Oh, man.
Davidson.
He's going to need a bulletproof vest after that. Look at this. Right in the chest, speared to the ground. And, you know, you can't blame Kinloa too much. He just got hit really, really hard.
Good job by the Iceman, Ryan Davidson, to make that break up there. Jared McChesney, you see him, he's 5 for 5 so far in receptions. Not used as much as the ball carrier right now.
Room here.
Yep. 3:48 left in the first quarter. And they will go to him on 3rd and 5, but he only gets 3 out of the 5, and it'll be 4th down at midfield.
That's not what I was thinking. I was thinking another screen. They run if he ran to the long side of the field, he had a lot of room, but they didn't go that way. So now you got to punt it back to Alaska, which hopefully they can pin him back deep if you're a Denver fan. We'll see.
Louis Long is back there to punt to Mr. Ryan Tobin. Short punt. He gets tackled right away, but not after he reached the 23-yard line. Alaska has decent field position. Again, not a good punt from Denver.
Maybe there's some wind in that direction. And you're an Alaska fan. I'm always happy, you know, as a quarterback, if I get the ball, you know, even at the 15-yard line plus, because if you're pinned against your goal line, it's really difficult to get out of there.
And it's 1st and 10 on the 23-yard line. Stanley Nordellis is behind Mr. Cochran. Cochran drops back and fires to his left. Caught for a 5-yard gain. And that is Mr. Jeff Como, his 2nd reception of the game.
Yeah. They had a double at the top of the screen, and there wasn't enough Denver defenders to defend that play. So they need to adjust and get a little bit closer. They're possibly playing back from that bomb, but, you know, you got to think Alaska is going to throw more short, medium passes. So get on those receivers.
2nd and 5 on the 29-yard line as Cochran drops back and fires to his right and almost picked off. That is B.J. Armstrong with the pat down.
Looked almost similar to the touchdown play, but Cochran didn't give it quite as much time, and Denver was all over it. Lucky for Ron, it wasn't a pick. So key 3rd and 5, but this is kind of Alaska territory. They like these 3rd and mediums. It's right in their wheelhouse of play. So we'll see what Max Paul dials up here.
Yeah, as you said, 3rd and 5 on the 29-yard line. Trips to Cochran's left. He drops back, fires it in the middle, and it's picked off. An ill-advised throw. Great job by Josh Vasquez, making his 5th INT of his career.
Yeah, Vasquez there, backpedaling in his zone, reads it beautifully. And look at that, just right in front of the pass. Cochran overthrew it. And that was one of my keys to the game, is get some turnovers from Cochran. I don't know if it was from pressure, but, you know, Denver's got to love that. Now they're in their side of the field, or, well, almost their side of the field, and good opportunity to at least get 3 points here.
They got to take advantage of that. Trips to Miller's right. Play action pass. Fires it just before he got hit. Good play for 4 yards. And I believe that is Giacomo Jones making another catch. Is he all right? No, he's hurt.
He's not.
Oh, no, he is hurt.
That's not
and
good.
That's a key loss, Matt.
Guys, somebody might want to go check on Giacomo. Hello?
I know, they're right there. There's somebody, the fullback.
Refs, let's see what happens to Jones. Oh,
another hit.
Just bodied right there. He laid his body out full extension and got whacked in the back. So maybe it's just some kind of lower body injury that's not too severe. Maybe it's just he's sore. Maybe he's out of breath. We'll see. Hopefully he comes back for Denver's sake, because in a set like this, you're down one receiver.
Yep. And they got basically all wide receiver, 5 receivers set here on 2nd and 6. Miller fires it in the middle. Dangerous pass, but caught by Kenola. And now they on Alaska side of the field at their own 30.
Good job by Miller being composed despite Jones going down and just going to the next man up on the list. That's Kinloa's one of them, and he throws an absolute dot in between all those Alaska defenders. And now you got to think they got to lean even more on McChesney in this situation, down a receiver. At least give him the ball on first down and see what he can do.
And Miller's already over 100 yards at 117 after that reception by Kenola. They do hand off to McChesney, who's able to carry a couple of defenders, but only for a 5-yard gain, but still a good start to this down distance.
Yeah, I would not say only a 5-yard gain. In my mind, anything 4 and above is good. It gets you on a good set schedule where you can have a full option of all your plays are available. If it was me, probably run it again. If he gets another 2 or 3, you're in real good shape on 3rd down.
We'll see what Denver decides to do. They will hand off to McChesney again. Pass it to the outside, and he gets stopped, but not after a first down. 5.6 yards per carry for McChesney. Good run by him as Denver's now Alaska's 17.
See, T-Roy, I'm a terrible coach 90% of the time, but 10% of the time I'm awesome. And that was just a great run, great blocking, and now, again, Denver's really close, 17 yards away and 18 yards away from pay dirt. They have to call smart plays here and get 7 points.
Agreed. 4 wide receivers set as Miller drops back and fires him to chest before he gets tackled.
Oh.
And he steps out of bounds before he got back to the line of scrimmage. So that's a 1-yard loss.
It's unfortunate. Miller under siege, and despite the 1-yard loss, that was actually a great play. He could have lost 5 or 6.
Right.
So you got to hit your check down on that blitz when you're under siege. So you might have to spread it out now on 2nd and 11. We'll see what they decide to do.
1:08 and counting left in the first quarter. Heading off to McChesney up the middle. He breaks the first tackle, but he gets stuffed shortly after that. But he helps make it a 3rd and 6 as we see Mr. Tobin of Alaska with the tackle.
And that's good. That's fine. It's 3rd and manageable now. You got to pass it, but maybe you can hit McChesney on a swing or some kind of slant because.
Miller drops back,
but
gets stuffed right away. Doesn't get time to throw that ball. Great job by Alaska's defense. Number 94 for Alaska made the tackle. That is Mr. Jason Julian.
Play action, dangerous against Alaska. Alex Dominguez is 3 men combined, and even if he doesn't get there, he causes mismatches and misses for his other fellow defensive linemen. So we'll see if Denver can convert at least 3 here.
The question is, will they get this kick off before the end of the first quarter? Yes, they will. So this is the final play of the first quarter. Kick is up, and the 37-yard field goal attempt is good. Denver gets 3 more on the board where they could have had 7. It's Alaska 7, Denver 6. We are on the SFL Network live on Twitch. We'll see you in the second quarter after this. And tonight's Simulation Football League broadcast on Twitch is presented by APM Music, Production Music Library, and Custom Music House. And brought to you part by Fuel, Beyond Imagination. Visit the all-new SFL Interactive today. By Matt Doyle Designs, official branding partner of the SFL. And by MediaTek Institute, turn your passion into profession. Aerial shots brought to you by AirViews, united by drone. Visit airviews.com to see more drone footage as we see the nice footage of Alaska here. Oh, sorry, Denver here. As we get ready to start the second quarter, the Night Wings are trailing by 1 point, Matt.
Well, their defense did a great job stopping Alaska, but they're going to need to keep doing it because Denver could have easily at least been up 10-7, but they squandered that one opportunity at the goal line. So, and they're down a receiver at the moment. We'll have to see if we get an injury update on Giacomo Jones.
As we see a good return by Mr. Robert Merrill. Takes it to the Alaska 20-yard line.
Yeah, he started to go sideways, though, and you never want to do that as a returner. You just try to get as many yards as you can going straight, because if you start going sideways, you start going backwards. No good.
And Ron Cochran so far is 2 for 4 for 77 yards as he leads his team out in the field. 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line. And J.W. Doyle gets the handoff, but gets stuffed right away for no gain. Bailey Baca on the tackle.
That's good for Denver. Again, no gain. Alaska wants to get, like 3 yards on that. 3-4 yards. And that sets up their short passing game. When they get nothing, kind of foils the plans of this offense. So we'll see if they change it up here.
2nd and 10. And Cochran hands it off to Stanley Lodell, who puts a nice spin move on the defense. Great carry by him. A 7-yard gain, making this a more further manageable, Matt.
Man, you hate to see that. The guy that's not making much money, you stop the big fullback and how you let the low-priced running back get 7 yards. So now Alaska's right where they want to be.
Yeah, but that running back also has 3 titles, too, so can't forget that. As Cochran drops back and pass, fires in the middle. Play was completed, dangerously close to being disrupted, but as you see, Jeff Como comes down with the catch.
85 yards on 3 catches, and we're barely into the second quarter. You'd love to have those stats.
Yeah, and I believe all receiving yards is responsible by Jeff Como there. He has all of the 85 yards receiving, as is now 1st and 10 on Alaska's 34. Hand off to Nordells, but he gets stuffed right away. And that is Bailey Chewbacca with the 2nd tackle of this drive.
I would do a Chewbacca impression, but I can't do it. But, yeah, there you go. Nice job. Now in the 2nd and 12, don't let Nordells get 10 on you.
Well, Nordells and Doyle are in the backfield. Could be a fullback handoff here. Nope, he's going to fire it off right away. Good play. He was able to make the man miss, and Giacomo Jones is out for the rest of the game. He'll be back in 2 weeks.
Luckily, in the SFL, we have magical healing serum, so it won't be 8. It'll just be, the next time they play. But that is a major blow to Denver's offense, and now that really puts Miller in a tough spot.
Yeah, but you'd be surprised. Denver has some very good role-playing wide receivers that can help out. But we'll have to see right now. 3rd and 5 for Alaska as Cochran fires it deep and it's caught.
How?
What a play. Jeff Como once again.
That boy's on fire. They got to fan him off. Maybe they don't want to fan him off. Cochran throws a questionable throw into coverage and just behind Como, and he just reaches back and grabs it. And, man, that's a heartbreaker if you're a Denver fan. Alaska marching again.
And Jeff Como had enough swag to turn around and say to Nicholas Warner, how you doing, after he made that catch. 1st and 10 for Alaska. Doyle gets the carry and gets stuffed right away. What a hit by Justin Jones. the second-year vet coming over from San Francisco.
Yeah, taking it out on little Nordellis. He's like, I don't care how much you got. You gotta knock one off your finger, I guess. I don't know how you would do that, but.
All right, three wide receivers set, 2 backs in the backfield for Ron Cochran, and the Alaska Storm hand off to Doyle again, goes up the middle, gets 2 yards. Now, Matt, I got a question for you. We know that the running backs for Alaska and OKC exchanged. So Doyle's from OKC, he comes to Alaska, Williams goes to OKC. Would you be surprised that Doyle has more yards rushing than Williams entering today's game, with Williams having 2 games before Doyle?
Sometimes it's all about the system, my man. Alaska runs a good system.
And speaking of that system, it's a pass, but it's going to be short of the first down. And Alaska has a decision to make. This will be a 47-yard field goal attempt if they decide to do it.
Well, they have a highly paid kicker. Both teams do, so I would expect to see the kicking unit on unless they want to try for not even a fake snap. Offsides is going to do it here. So I think they're just going to bring out the field goal unit, kick the 3, and say, all right, we got the...
Ron DeHue, 6'2", 260-pounder. He's 5'6" all time. And here's the kick. 47-yard field goal attempt is good. 46. Let me take that back. As Alaska extends their lead to 4 after that one.
Yeah, that one looked like he could have kicked it over a building. No problem there. Probably would have been good from 57 yards. So, but I think that's a win for the Denver defense. They only held Alaska to 3. Now Denver's offense, despite being hobbled, needs to score any kind of points. Don't keep giving Alaska the ball back over and over again.
And yes, please follow the SFL on Twitter as Mr. Vega takes it out of his own end zone and gets to the 19-yard line. He was barred off just down the ball there. And here comes Josh Miller in the Nightwings. We'll see if they will put points on the board, as you said earlier, Matt.
And Miller now knows that his number 1 receiver is gone for the game. So how will he play? How will he adjust? How will the offense adjust? Will McChesney see more carries? We'll find out shortly.
All right, 1st and 10 for Denver. Miller drops back and fires to his left and almost picked off. Mr. Carroll almost had an easy house call for 6, but he couldn't complete the INT there.
As they say, that's why corners aren't wide receiver hands of stone.
And with that one, Josh Miller is 13 of 20 for 116. No TDs yet. He looked to change that here on this drive. Full house backfield.
Watch the screen here if I'm Alaska.
I agree. Instead, they're going to run to McChesney. He decides to bounce it up, turn back up the middle instead of bouncing outside, and he paid for it, Matt.
Yeah, and that's not a great spot. It's a decent run for 1st down, 2nd down. Now you got to throw, and you've got Kinloa and Keel. Those are the guys you got to be looking for, and that's the guys Alaska's got to be paying attention to. And there might be a blitzer coming. We'll see.
5 wide receiver set. Miller drops back, pump fakes and fires in the middle, and it's caught. And guess who? The guy who has to take over Mr. Jones, that is Steven Vega. 6 foot, 200-pounder making the catch.
Yeah, Alaska set both linebackers on a blitz playing man, and the Denver O-line did a great job giving Miller enough time to find the open receiver. That's what they have to do. When there's a blitz, you got to hit your quick route, and hopefully your O-line can hold on for long enough. I don't think that's the last blitz we'll see out of Alaska tonight.
And then it's 1st and 10 on Denver's own 35-yard line. 5 minutes and 40 seconds left in this game. Play action pass, fires over the middle, but incomplete. What a play. It looks like it's Mr. Andrew Francis who broke up the pass attended to the fullback.
Well, you got to throw it to somebody. And the fullback had a nice catch earlier in the game, but can't quite get his hands around that one. 2nd and 10, and I think you got to give McChesney a whirl.
Let's see if they do that. Three wide receiver set. McChesney to Miller's left. He hands it off to Miller. Sorry, to McChesney. He gets 5 yards on that one, making this a more manageable 3rd and 5.
Yep, I like it. 3rd and 5 is so much easier to convert, obviously, than 3rd and 10. I think it's probably about 50% easier. I know as a quarterback, I definitely like it. So we'll see what they draw up here. Watch out for the blitz. We'll just have to see what Alaska brings.
Trips right to Miller. Instead, play action pass. Oh, that should have been picked almost, but it's a drive indie play. Good job by Mr. Alfredo Masonette, his 2nd pack down in today's game.
And you really see why linebackers aren't receivers, man. They hit him right in the hands twice, and it's like, see ball, boing, boing, oh. But, you know, you'll take that deflection over a completion any day of the week, and now Denver's got to kick it back to Alaska again, which they should get decent field position here.
We'll see. Willie Long with the punt. Merrill's the deep back. Gets stuffed right away after he catches that. So it gets to the 22-yard line. That's where Alaska will start this drive, Matt.
Good job. Good special teams job there, pinning them, you know, pretty much in standard field position, and going to make them work for it.
And there's the broadcast schedule for tomorrow's games. Atlanta at Tulsa, Charleston at Queen City, Seattle at St. Louis. All games will be on SFL's YouTube channel. Please tune in tomorrow. 1st and 10 for Alaska on their own 22. Cochran drops back and fires it to his right. I'm sorry. That catch is made for 5 yards. Looks like that's Mr. Jeff Como. Nope, wait a minute. That is Optimus Klein making his first catch.
Yes, that's... Never mentioned Optimus Klein and how he's playing badly. Mike did that one time, and then Optimus went off for 200 yards. So he can be invisible at times, and all of a sudden he just strikes. But that's more what I expect out of Alaska on 1st down. That little 5-yard gain sets them up now nicely.
And hand off to Mr. Nordells. He gets stuffed after a 1-yard carry. Mike Sawchuk, the inside linebacker, with the tackle. No. And Nordells is hurt. Oh, this has been an injury-riddled game here. First, Giacomo Jones, now Nordellis, Matt.
They might have to get someone off the line at Burger King because I don't know who's left.
Right.
I mean, they don't have a high-paid halfback, and now they got a guy that works for free. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how this 2nd stringer works out for Alaska.
And that person will be Mr. Joshua Paul, 5'8", 210-pounder. Looks like he's in the backfield with J.W. Doyle's 3rd and 4. Doyle gets the carry. He runs up the middle. Ooh. Stops short of the 1st down marker. I don't know, man. I think he may have gotten it.
I might throw the flag here if I'm Max Ball. It's close.
Yeah, this is a close game, too. I will throw it.
And they're not going to throw it. Save it for the 2nd half, but...
And Tutu, the punter, will do his first punt of the game. 2nd punt, I'm sorry. And that is Mr. Vega. Steven Vega gets stopped right away. Denver will start on their own 35, Matt. Well, both teams are handicapped. They are down 1 player at this point in the game.
What are you trying to say? I take exception to just Yes. Definitely both teams are down a man, although I think it's a little bit bigger for Denver. But, you know, one good injury deserves another, I guess. But let's see how Denver responds here. Decent field position and a chance to take the lead.
1st and 10 on their own 35-yard line. Miller drops back, fires it, and somehow able to thread the needle. What a catch. And that is Logan Keel with his first reception of today's game.
We have seen some pretty great passes by quarterbacks, just fitting it in the tightest spaces, and that's a great one for Denver to start off this drive. 4 minutes to go. You kind of want to run a slow, deliberate drive. It'd be nice to just score 7 and give Alaska the ball back with like a minute to go up, but we'll see what happens.
And Miller drops back, fires it to his left.
Beautiful.
It's caught. And what a spin move afterwards. And the role players are now making some noise for Denver. That is Graham Canyon's 2nd catch of today's game.
Yeah, Miller went over to the sidelines when the defense was on the field and smacked the guys in the helmet and be like, I need you guys. We got to win this game, but I can't win it without you. So far, doing a good job leading the team.
Yeah, this offense has been doing a decent job moving down the field, but unfortunately, they've been settling for 3 instead of getting touchdowns. We'll see if that changes. Hand off to McChesney. He goes up the gut, carries a couple of defenders before he gets tackled at the 41-yard line. 9 carries for 47 yards. Not a bad day so far.
They're trying to wrestle down a Clydesdale horse. They had him, and they 3 more yards later. Now it's 2nd and 4. I'd give it back to him again. Make this easy for your offense.
We'll see what happens. Handoff is to McChesney as she requested. He got the first down. Almost got more, but they had to be game tackled to make sure he doesn't take it to the house. Francis was on the stop, and I think champion as well.
Great run by McChesney. O-line just delivered a nice hole. Look at this. He's not even touched, just barely. And that's all you need, just a little bit of daylight for your, great Pro Bowl halfback and let him do the rest. Now, if I'm Denver, I think I'd call it out here. You got to manage your running back well. You don't want him getting too tired. And I think a blitz might be coming in from Alaska. Look out.
We'll see. Trips to the right, one more receiver to the top. Play action pass, and he fires it to the receiver on the top, and it's caught for a first down by Logan Kill, making some noise.
Yeah, Alaska is a man again. They didn't really send it. They sent an extra one guy only 4, but I'm saying overall, Josh Miller is throwing a very good game so far. Nothing really flashy, but he's not making the mistakes he did against Vancouver. That's very important against Alaska.
And they at their own at Alaska's 24-yard line, 1st and 10. Miller fires it, and it's caught. First down. Once again, that is Mr. Canyon. And that will bring us to the 2-minute warning. You are watching the Fan Night Game of the Week here in Denver, Colorado. Alaska up by 4, but Denver is looking to change that here on the SFL Network live on Twitch. And with Andy Hamilton on stats, the commissioner, Cameron Irvine, working behind the scenes. Matt Wilson and T-Roy Gaines are here, bringing you today's game between Alaska and Denver. And Matt, Denver got a chance to take the lead here if everything works out for them.
Yeah, if I were them, I'd give it to McChesney right here. Let's let the clock run, so, just in case. And then you got plenty of time. 2 timeouts still, and see what happens. Let's see what they end up doing here. A lot of space at the top of the screen.
And play action pass. They go into that area, and it's caught for a TD. You called it, Matt. Logan Kill crosses Hollywood Boulevard for 6, and Denver has taken the lead.
Just call me Tony Romo, folks. I saw it. Josh Miller saw it. And boy, that was a big play for Denver. Logan Kiel delivers, the only wide receiver left that's paid anything decently. That's not a backup. And you know what? If you're the only guy out there, you got to make the most of your opportunity. Definitely that.
And he did so on this drive. The only person that didn't see it was Mr. Ryan Davidson. But, Matt, I got to give you more props. At least you have a title. Mr. Romo does not.
That's true. That's true. My ring is just so big and gold. It's encrusted in diamond. It's beautiful. Thanks, Cam.
Yeah, I want to be like you when I grow up, man. I want a ring. But great field goal, great extra point by Kramer Jackman. And Denver, with a great time-consuming drive, takes the lead 13-10.
Yeah, I mean, you might think they left too much time left on the clock, but in my view, you take the points when you can get them, right? If you see a matchup, you take the 7. Look what happened to them before. They were at it at the 1-inch line and couldn't score. So now the defense has to step up. If you're a Denver fan, if you're an Alaska fan, you got plenty of time. You got all your timeouts. You can run your short routes, your medium routes. Just don't get too panicky and throw a deep one that it's picked off. Cochran already has one, and you wouldn't want another one. That would give Denver maybe another chance to score.
Now,
so nice and conservative to start out.
We'll see what happens. I think I saw Nordellis on special teams, but he's not out there right now. It's Paul. Cochran dangerously throws it into double coverage. That should have been picked off by Sawchuk, and as you see, Modell should return with dislocated finger. Ouch.
Hey, see, I told you they wanted to get one of his rings. That's how you get it. You rip off his finger. So now Nordellis has one less ring, folks. Whoever that Denver guy was now possesses it.
You know Alaska doesn't take too kindly to theft here. We'll see what happens. 2nd and 10. 4 wide receivers set. Nobody in the backfield. Cochran drops back, fires over the middle, and it's picked off! What a play by Denver. Mr. Josh Vasquez with his 2nd INT of the game, Matt.
Say it ain't so. I said don't get too carried away. Don't turn the ball back to Denver. What do? They go deep right to the middle of the field, and it gets picked off, and Denver's in business. They have a highly paid kicker, so they're already in field goal range. If I'm Denver, same advice I'd give Alaska. Slow and steady. You got lots of time. You still have 2 timeouts. You can run the ball, get closer, and then you got to throw, but don't risk. Just take at least your 3 points.
And here's the handoff to McChesney. He gets stuffed right away, but not after a 2-yard carry. And Matt, I know the commissioner has mentioned this before, but Denver was undefeated last season. They look to continue that trend in season 13 since today is their first their home.
They were undefeated in the regular season until they met Alaska.
Wasn't that at Alaska?
Yeah, it was at Alaska. Remember, just like the Patriots, it doesn't count unless you win the Super Bowl.
That's
or
true.
The championship game.
2nd and 8. Miller drops back, fires it, and it's caught. Toe drag swag completed, but it's going to be 3rd and 2. Kilola with the catch.
Wonderful. I love the play call. Sets you up in a nice 3rd and short. Uses the receivers that you have. And now I would give the ball to McChesney. No matter what happens, you let the clock tick. If he doesn't get the first down, kick the field goal. If he does, call a timeout, let the drive continue.
Josh Miller is 20 of 28 so far. Great start for him. He's trying to go for completion number 21, and it's caught by McChesney, a 1st down. And this drive stays alive, and the clock continues to melt, Matt. 1st and 10 at the 16 of Alaska.
It's like I'm seeing the opposite. Like, this is what I expected out of Alaska. The short passing game, the out routes, the safe passes. It's like the 2 teams have been reversed. So we'll see. Here's some tight press man. We'll see if Miller can beat it over the top.
And Miller drops back, fires it over the middle, caught, and that's the tight end, Kilola again. They're going on hurry-up offense, but they got 29 seconds to make something happen.
And 2 timeouts, don't forget.
They decide to run some clock first. Miller drops back, fires in the middle, caught! Kilola once again, that was the same play, this time for 6. Denver extends their lead.
Wow, man, Denver just saw something on that last look that they loved, running that no huddle, the man coverage. Look at that, man coverage. Kilola roasts that. I don't know if that was a safety or a corner there. I couldn't quite see. And man, the tables have turned. The injury seems to have sparked Denver. Don't ask me how, but just, they've rallied, and boy, they're going to be coming out of the half feeling really good about themselves.
And that was Kinola's 6th reception for 65 yards in his first TD of the game. Extra point by Jackman is good, and Denver's up 20-10 over the 3-time defending champs.
I wouldn't have predicted this, especially with Giacomo Jones going out.
And Matt, what's hurt them has been the interceptions of Ron Cochran. He's already thrown 2 today, and it has bit them hard, unfortunately, for Alaska.
They got to straighten that out. They got to clean up the game, because if they can't, they're going to be in trouble in the second half.
And at the halftime break, the commissioner, Cameron Irvine, will give us the recap of this weekend's game so far. We got 15 seconds left, however. We'll see what Alaska will be doing as you see the backup full running back still in the game. That is Mr. Joshua Paul, not Nordellis.
He'll probably be back after the half. They're probably just going to run him. Why risk, an injury here when it really doesn't mean much.
And Cochran drops back, and he's looking out. Oh, Well, he didn't get sacked. It was a completion, but I think Alaska may be content to go into halftime trailing by 10.
Yeah, they're waving that white flag. That one looked dicey too. Look out. They better be prepped and ready to go into the second half. It could be a long game for the Alaska Storm.
And that was Mark Myers with the reception. We're at halftime, folks. Denver surprising the three-time champs, leading 20-10 at halftime. We'll be back, and Commissioner Cameron Irvine will take over.
Thank you, T. Roy. A championship rematch as Denver leads Alaska 20-10 at the break in their home opener. 256 first-half yards for Denver and doubled up Alaska in time of possession. Well, it has been some weekend so far in the SFL. The last 4 games, no teams have scored 30 points, and all the games have ended as one-score games. If you missed any action earlier, Baltimore shook off an early Tallahassee touchdown and won 24-21 on the road to stay undefeated, dropping Tallahassee to 1-1. Hendricks Thornberry had 2 interceptions, including a pick 6. So brilliant stuff there for Thornberry, and Baltimore picks up the road win. London at Las Vegas yesterday. London was up 17-0, couldn't close the deal. It's the second consecutive week we've had a 17-point lead blown. Vegas picks up the win 28-24. Both teams are 1-1. Earlier today, San Francisco holds on in a bit of an ugly affair against Houston, 17-10. The Sharks get it done. Gabriel Manning was all over the field. If you look at that field goal, look how that just squeaked right in there. San Francisco improves to 1-1. Houston still struggling offensively. They dropped 0-2. They've scored 10 points in their first 2 games, each 20 combined. And then last night, the SFL Interactive game moved temporarily to Twitch. Vancouver beats Carolina 23-20 in a thriller. The game was a one-possession game the entire way, but the Legion able to squeak out a win. Carolina, for the second consecutive week, had a chance to win or tie on the final drive and couldn't make it happen. Vancouver avoids an 0-2 start, which would have been back-to-back 3-point or one-possession losses. That's all we have at SFL headquarters. Let's send it back to Troy, Matt, and Andy Hamilton on stats for the second half of your game. Take it away, boys.
And welcome back, SFL Nation. I'm still. All right, welcome back, SFL Nation. Sorry about that. We're about to start the third quarter with the Commissioner Cameron Irvine working behind the scenes. Andy Hamilton on stats. Matt Wilson and T-Roy Gaines are here as we get ready to start the second half. Alaska gets the ball first. Merrill takes it out of the end zone.
Ooh.
Gets stuffed. And Alaska will start at their own 21-yard line. And Matt, what does Alaska have to do to get back in this game?
I mean, they have to go back to what brought them here, the short passing game to the sidelines. They're taking these. They took one deep shot. I was watching the replay. Besides that one big shot to Como, they would only have 3 points. So they've only really scored off a touchdown off one big play.
And they'll start with no running backs in the backfield. Cochran fires it to his left, and it's caught right away. And that is Mr. Optimus Klein. I believe that's his second catch. As you see the numbers, Ron Cochran with 132. But that nasty mark at INT, 2 INTs, not good.
No, not good at all. And that's led to, at least 7 Denver points. Points off turnovers is huge in any football game. I think Nordellis is back, so we'll see if they give him the ball here, or if they decide to go back to the passing game.
And they're going to throw it.
Oh!
It almost picked off. Good job by, was that Justin Jones with the pat down?
I mean, how many times do you see Alaska run a play like that and get batted down? That's very uncharacteristic. Good job by the Denver defense. And now, boy, 3rd and 7. I mean, it's not a backbreaker, but if they stop them here, it's a major boost to the confidence of this Denver team. The momentum will continue.
3rd and 7. And Cochran goes back to pass. Fires over the middle.
Oh, no.
Is it picked? No, it was incomplete, but we got a penalty. This could be PI, Matt.
Yeah, they didn't need to do it.
Pass interference, number 55.
And unfortunately, that's Deontay Phillips' first time his name is called, and he gets called for the pass interference.
Yeah, you never want your name called the first time for a penalty, and they didn't need to do it. They had it covered, they had it batted down, but he just bumped them right before or simultaneously and got the flag, and all that work, and Alaska's got new life. Can't be making mistakes like that against the two-time champs.
Oh, we got to give him more credit. 3-time champs. 3 times.
3 times. Yes, 3 times.
And it's 1st and 10 at their own 35. Cochran drops back and pump fakes, fires it to his left. Somehow, some way, was able to complete that catch to Mr. Optimus Klein. That's, I think, the 3rd or 4th time we called his name today, Matt.
Yeah, Klein's the guy they got to get involved in the offense. He's normally the bell cow, and they've kind of gone Merrill's way.
That is his 3rd reception for 16 yards. Not the type of production we're used to seeing for Mr. Klein there. And we got inside handoff to Doyle, who gets stopped short, making this 3rd and inches. I believe we should see Doyle again.
Yeah, and I believe that, Alaska had that long 7-yard run by Dordelis. That's their longest run of the game. And most of their runs have been for 3 or less. So we'll see if Denver can get him going sideways and stop him here or not.
Well, they give it to Doyle. He got the first. Uh-oh. I don't know if he does. If Denver doesn't challenge it, this should be a 1st down. That will be Doyle's, believe it or not, 10th yard of today's game.
Yep, they're going to go roll with it. I was looking at Nordellis a bit, and it kind of snuck up on me, but Alaska moves the chains again.
Joshua Paul is back in the backfield, 5'8", 210-pounder. But instead they're going to fire it, and it's caught. And Jeff Como has reached the 120-yard mark, and I think we almost got a record here. Ron Crocker's getting close to moving up 7th all-time.
And we're seeing more classic Alaska offense here. There's the outs, the 6-yard passes, the short passing game I've been talking about. When they go over the middle, medium to deep, it's been disaster. So
2nd and 3. Cochran only needs 2 more yards to move up to 7th all time. He hands it off to Paul, who gets stuffed, but he gets back to line of scrimmage. 3rd and 2. This could be another passing down, Matt.
Is that still Paul in the game?
Yep, that's still Paul.
Well, oh boy.
Maybe that finger's hurting him.
I guess the advantage of Paul is he's tiny.
Yeah, he can sneak behind his own lineman and get through. But they give it to Doyle, who moves the pile and get the 1st down. The drive continues, Matt.
Denver's got to be a little panicky. If Alaska starts playing up to form, it's going to put a lot more pressure on their offense. 10 points is nothing in the SFL, as Denver demonstrated in their game against Vancouver when they were down by far more than that, 17 points in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they scored 21 unanswered last week. Handoff is to Paul, who puts someone in the spin cycle. Great run by the backup running back, making this a 2nd and 4. He's talking some smack there, even though he did get pushed a little bit.
I'd be careful. You're 5'8", son. There's a lot of men who would probably pile drive you into the ground.
Yeah, getting pile drove is not healthy. Trust me. 2nd and 4. Ball on Denver's 37, and there's offsides. So this won't matter. This should be a 1st down, thanks to the undisciplined play of Mr. Jenkins there.
Neutral zone infraction, number 94. Defense, odd-yard penalty, 1st down.
That's the 2nd mistake that Denver's made on defense this drive alone. Got to clean that stuff up, man. You can't give Alaska yards and opportunities.
And 1st and 10 at Denver's 32. The drive stays alive thanks to that neutral zone infraction. 2 backs in the backfield. We got Doyle and Paul. 1 wide receiver to his left. Cochran hands off to Doyle. One of his best runs of the game. He gets 6 on that carry.
That's what Alaska's looking for. Now you get 6 yards. 6 yards on 1st down, man. It's feeling good. Maybe they're going to start giving Doyle the ball a little more. tire out that defense because this drive's been going for a while.
Yeah, nice time to consuming drive. But Alaska wants to get back in this game.
Oh.
Another offsides. That's going to hurt Denver once again. Alaska will get a first down in Denver's 20-yard line. We'll see who's the culprit.
Neutral zone infraction, number 77, defense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
And unfortunately, that's Bandit Bandito who went offsides and helps Alaska's drive continue with that ball.
Unlike
that
Andy
play.
Hamilton, you can't blame Rep 62 for that one.
Nope.
We've had 2 clear offsides and a PI, so got to be disciplined.
Ron Cochran's doing a great job driving Denver offsides this drive. Nice time-consuming drive, almost 5 minutes old as Doyle gets the carry.
Oh.
Looks like he has something outside, but he decided to bounce it back in and get stuffed right away by Mike Salchuk. 2nd and 9.
Good job by the Denver defense to string Doyle out and make him run east-west. He's not going to be able to do anything much when you do that.
2nd and 9. Cochran still 2 yards away from moving to 7th all-time. Hands it off to the backup running back who gets stuffed right away. Mike Salchuk got lower than the 5'8" running back and was able to make that tackle. 3rd and 8.
Looks like he tripped over a pebble or something. That's why you don't want to be smack talking those big guys. They'll just take your legs out of them.
Yeah, 210 pounds usually don't win against somebody that's 260.
No, they do not.
3rd and 8 for Alaska. I'm sure they want to extend this drive and get 6 on the board. Cochran drops back, fires over the middle. It's caught for a first down. It's 1st and goal. What a play by the former starting running back, Robert Melrose.
Yeah, he's been the major receiver here. And just, again, too much time for Ron Cochran. So, no pressure, no duress. He read that zone like a book. And now I think it could be time for Doyle. You got 2 yards. You got a fullback right up the middle, touchdown. Denver's got to be stout.
And congrats to Ron Cochran moving up to 7th all-time passing Skeletor P. Funk. But this one's a handoff to Doyle who gets stuffed. No gain on that play. But once again, congrats Ron Cochran moving up to 7th all-time.
And now, I think Doyle got a half yard. Despite that, yeah, they're definitely closer now. I think we're just going to see Doyle again. Well, no, he's not in the game. Are we going to see the backup running back here? That could be dangerous.
We'll see. Paul is the lone setback. He gets the carry, goes up the middle, but gets nothing. It's 3rd and goal.
He's too small. I can't see him.
Right.
I thought he scored. I'm like, oh, wait, he's back there.
Salchuk once again with the tackle.
Max Paul needs to put some lifts in his shoes or something. I think that's SFL legal.
I think so. We got to talk to Commish about that. Nordellis is back. He's in the backfield, but they hand off to Doyle. Decoy, because Doyle went up the gut untouched. And Alaska is trailing by 4, potentially 3 after the field goal attempt. Extra point.
Hard to call Nordellis a decoy. I think Doyle was the guy they were keying on, but they couldn't stop him. Block set up well, and yeah, this is not what you wanted. A really long drive by Denver, and by Alaska, and now, the Denver offense has to respond in a big way.
And that was Doyle's 18th touchdown of his career. Nice time-consuming drive, almost 8 minutes, as D. Hugh converts the extra point, and Alaska is trailing by 3 after that nice long opening drive. Please like the SFL on Instagram at SimulationFL and give partner Nation's Best a like while you're there. And Matt, Denver has to respond. The pressure's on them now.
Yeah, no doubt about that. It's tough. A field goal would be nice, but you really want that touchdown. Again, it's the last. Ooh.
And this is a great return by Vega. One of the few times taking it out of the end zone worked for him. Gets it out to the Denver 27-yard line. That's where the Night Wings will start.
Yeah, Vega. Unfortunate for him, he doesn't have Blaze. He didn't run a 2 obvious. It was more like a 4.6. If he ran a 4.2, he might have been gone or running for at least a while. So 27 isn't bad, though, for them to start, and they have to just keep being efficient. Don't make any mistakes.
We'll see what happens. It's their first drive of the second half. Hand off to McChesney. Runs up the middle, but he gets stuffed right away by Francis. You see the total there, 4.9 yards per carry for McChesney in comparison to 1.6 to Doyle, but Doyle has that touchdown.
Well, if they gave it to McChesney on the 1-inch line, I think too wasn't his fault.
Yeah, that's true. They could have been up by more than 3 by now. 2nd and 6 for Denver. Miller drops back and fires it over the middle, and it's somehow caught. What a catch by Logan Keel, the guy who has to take over for Giacomo Jones, and he stepped up big time, Matt.
Alaska playing so much. Look, again, man coverage beats the bump, and just a nice pass by Miller. Man, if I'm Alaska, I'm just playing some nice safe zone. Make McChesney. I mean, he had a lot of trouble with that against Vancouver. This, like I said, this bump man is not working so far.
And it's 5 wide receivers trips to Miller's right, 2 receivers to his left. Miller drops back and fires somehow in between 6 defenders. That pass was caught by Canyon. I believe that is his 4th catch of today's game.
Who says you need gloves to play wide receiver? Huh?
Right.
Put some tape on your fingers. You're good to go. This sets him up perfectly to give it to McChesney. Try to get that first.
7-yard gain on that completion. 2nd and 3 for Alaska. McChesney goes up the middle and gets taken to the shadow realm right away by, what is that? Miniver? Oh, I cannot pronounce his name. I'm sorry, number 51, but great play by you, Jimmy Miniviger. Oh, my God.
You're fired. Just kidding.
I know.
So now, now I think you got to throw the ball here for Denver, maybe just some slants.
And they do throw it, and it's caught. First down, Logan Keel once again. He only has 45 yards, but he's making an impact, especially on this drive.
You know, all you got to do is move the chains, right? Doesn't matter how many yards you get. If it's 3 yards, if it moves the chains, it's as good as a 14-yard catch for, 4th and 1, right? If it's 3rd and 15, just keep moving the chains, dragging the clock out, make it your game.
And more importantly, get that W over the 3-time chance. We'll see if that happens. McChesney gets the carry, runs to his left, but gets swarmed by the Storm defenders there. Tobin and Champion combined on that tackle.
Yeah, Alaska was ready for that. That was probably one of their best tackles against McChesney so far, and we'll see if looks like Alaska's going to sit back here and make Miller beat him with his arm.
2nd and 9, and he fires it. And unfortunately did not have the toe drag swag. Refs decided that Canolo completed that catch out of bounds. It's 3rd and 9.
Don't know about that, but I don't think it's worth a challenge. You're going to need those timeouts later. You're on the Alaska 41, so you need you might be able to get 8 yards in the field goal range, maybe 7. So that's what they got to be on their minds. At least get enough yards for a field goal attempt.
3rd and 9, minute 4 left in this 3rd quarter. Here's the pass in the middle, and somehow it's dropped. And I know that receiver has to be kicking himself for that, and it looks like Denver's going to punt instead of a 47-yard field goal attempt.
And pardon me,
57.
I couldn't tell if that was to Keel or not, but it might not have been. And that's where not having your Giacomo Jones out there hurts you.
And just like that, after 2 possessions, we're down to a minute left in this 3rd quarter. Here's the punt by Lily Long. She tries the coffin corner to the right. And Merrill decides to fair catch to minimize the damage.
He almost overran that.
Right.
Going to come back. Decent punt by Long, but man, you'd love to see that more out at the 5 or the 6. Alaska at the 12 can run the normal offense without fear of safety.
And that's why you have Merrill back there to make smart decisions, because normally a defender will let that ball go over his head, but Merrill was able to make that fair catch.
Watch the slot receiver there. He's uncovered.
Instead, they hand it off to Nordellis, who gets stuffed right away. No yard gain on that carry. Mike Salchuk was in on the tackle.
And that's what's been really hurting Alaska. You know, when Denver wins that first down situation and Alaska gets 2 or less yards, they haven't been as productive later on in their drive. So we'll see what they come up with here.
2nd and 10, 29 seconds left. Cochran drops back. He's going to fire in the middle. Dangerous pass, but it's caught anyway by Mr. Jeff Como, who's over 133 yards receiving after that one.
I think Baca might have been after Miller. That wasn't Baca, but man, I thought Ron was going to throw one. He regretted there, but it was a little bit of a wobbler. But as the old Matt Wilson special, it doesn't matter how pretty or ugly it is as long as it gets the receiver in the hands.
And that looks like that will be the end of the third quarter. SFL Nation, put your fours up. Denver still leading, but Alaska is making the comeback. They're trailing 20-17. You're watching SFL Network live on Twitch. And tonight, Simulation Football League broadcast on Twitch is brought to you in part by Nation's Best, helping NFL, college, high school, and youth players to help #secure the bag. ScoreStream, the official live scoring app of the SFL. Sector 6, custom esports jerseys and apparel, and the exclusive SFL shop partner provider. And by Spygo, dedicated to the craft of audio. Once again, aerial shots brought to you by AirViews, united by drone. Visit airviews.com to see more drone footage.
Well, I hate heights. This is freaking me out, man.
I understand.
I'm getting like vertigo. Stop it, Gab.
See, that's the quality of AirViews right there. Making
I know.
You
it's like
seasick.
It's just.
Or air sick. Let's take that back. Seasick, really? 1st and 10 on Alaska's 26-yard line. As we start the fourth quarter, Cochran gets sacked right away. He didn't have enough time to throw that ball, and that was Bailey Chewbacca who is taunting him, doing his best. Who was that? Stone Cold Steve Austin impression.
Just call his name and he'll be there. Because I was just saying that Baca's kind of been quiet. They needed to get some pressure, and well, there he was, and down he goes. And now Alaska, 2nd and 14. They got to watch their P's and Q's here and don't try anything too crazy.
And they got no running backs in the backfield. 4 wide receivers set, maybe 1 tight end. Cochran drops back, fires it to his left, and it's caught! No! Optimus Klein, there is more to meet the eye as he's going across Hollywood Boulevard for 6. Alaska has retaken the lead.
Oh boy, was that a fade? The infamous fade. Klein just blow past the corner like he wasn't even there. We'll have to see if we get a good look from the truck. Klein, no, double move, completely fooled the corner. He went for the ball and, well, bye-bye. You're not catching Optimus Klein. And now the tables have completely turned. All that work Denver did, erased.
Believe it or not, that was a 78-yard touchdown reception from Ron Cochran, who's now over 257 yards, to Optimus Klein, who just reached the 94-yard receiving mark. But he's perfect, 4 for 4 for 94 yards, Matt.
Yeah, Cochran's been much better in the second half. And, you know, he's a 3-time champ. He knows what he needs to do. They probably argued a little bit at the half. The coach is drawing up some plays. Hey, let's get back to basics, boys. Let's throw the ball a little bit more. And it's paid off. So Denver, you know, the ball's in their court again. They can still take the lead. It's a 1-possession game, but they need that touchdown.
Yeah, and unfortunately, they haven't scored since the first half ended. As Vega takes it out his own end zone once again, cuts back to his left. Looked like he had something, but the special teams of the Storm was able to stop him at the 21-yard line, Matt.
There's that 4.640 again. You need to get that guy in the gym doing some wind sprints.
Believe it or not, I did see Vega score 2 at least a kickoff return for a touchdown one of their games last season, but he hasn't been so lucky in today's game.
At least he kept his hands on the ball.
That's true. 1st and 10 on Denver's 21. Miller decides to drop it off to McChesney. He had no help, but he's still able to get 5 yards after that reception. You see the numbers there. And Ron Cochran's touchdown total is the difference in this second half.
It's like deja vu, you know. It's like the game they had last week against Vancouver, where they came back. They were in control of the game, and then all of a sudden, it wasn't the fourth quarter, but Alaska comes storming back, and now they're the ones that got to pick themselves up, dust themselves off, and score some points here.
Miller drops back, fires at the McChesney again. He goes up the middle. Looks like he gets stopped at the line of scrimmage. But Matt, just to go off your own point, that's why the SFL Nation has chosen this game as the Week 2 game of the week. This has been an exciting one.
I know Mike's gonna hate he missed it. Too bad, so sad. Don't take vacations. Hashtag. No vacations for Dags.
And I hope he's having a good time, enjoying his vacation. It's 3rd and 5. Denver 26-yard line. Miller fires it over the middle, and it's caught by the tight end. Ken Lola helps extend this drive, Matt.
Yeah, five wide, all slants against a 5-man blitz. That's beautiful because you've got the quick hitter, and those linebackers are not playing coverage. So I think Denver would take that all day.
And that was Canola's 7th reception for 74 yards in today's game. 1st and 10, Denver's 35. It's an inside handoff. That is not McChesney. That is the backup running back, Mr. Skeeter Baja, 6'2", 200-pounder.
Well, unlike the previous running back for Alaska, I can actually see him. So you know, it's already a step in the right direction. I think McChesney was tired, needed a breather, and why not let him take a play off, get some fresh legs in there, and now he's back and ready to go.
2nd and 3.
Oh, here, yep.
And here comes McChesney. He gets the catch. Unfortunately, he had no help. He only able to get 1 yard. Francis helped with the tackle for the Storm. It's now 3rd and 1.
Those last 2 passes to McChesney, I haven't had enough swing. When Miller's thrown him, McChesney has to wait, stop his momentum, and then go. If he was more ahead of him, he wouldn't have to stop his momentum so much, and probably would have picked up that first. So this is a big 3rd down coming up here.
Yep, they definitely want to convert and extend this drive. 3rd and 1. Miller drops back, fires to McChesney again. Same result, but they got the 1st down. Take that back. And a well-needed 3rd down conversion as this drive stays alive for the Nightwings, Matt.
I know we don't have it anymore, but 69 it's my block of the game. Look at him right there, seal him off. Otherwise, it would have had a clear line to McChesney, and it's now nice long drive for Denver, answering back what Alaska did. Boy, they really need this to end in 7.
Yes, they do. Tough. We can call it the Matt Wilson block of the game. This is your fan night, by the way.
No, I don't block. I just throw touchdowns.
Well, 1st and 10. Another swing pass. And unfortunately, McChesney was better off not making that catch. A 3-yard loss on that one.
I think they took my advice a little bit too much to heart. I said more swing, but not swing out of bounds, swing inbounds.
Yeah, it would have been better if it was a swing and a miss on that one. 2nd and 13.
McChesney just should have batted that down. Now you got to kind of go a little bit deeper into your bag of medium passes to make this a manageable 3rd.
7:06 left in the 4th. Inside handoff to McChesney, who does a great job running up the gut and making this a 3rd and short. As you see, he's over 4.7 yards per carry, 71 yards on the day.
Yeah, he's maintaining. He's just a little bit down from that 4.5. But, that's what you want to see here. 3rd and 2. I would spread out Alaska and run it up the middle to McChesney. They're spreading them out some. It's a 3-4 look.
And they will decide to throw in the middle. And what a catch by Logan Keel. Was able to juke to give himself more yardage. 1st and 10 for Denver at Alaska's 27-yard line. They almost in the red zone, Matt.
I think Logan Keel juked just so he didn't get killed because we don't want another man down. Then we have the water boy in. We don't want the towel boy in next.
Yeah, it's 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line at Denver. Remember, everybody, next week we're off. There's no games in the SFL next week. Inside handoff goes to McChesney. And he gets stopped for a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, a week off. We're just getting started. Cam, how can you do that? You're killing me, Cam. You're killing me.
We got something special going on 2 weeks from now. The SFL in Atlanta convention. So everybody gets a week off to recover. And play action pass, fires it to his left. Toe drag swag, kind of complete. I don't think it was caught. I think they ruled him out of bounds. Oh, it was caught. Yeah, well, it's 3rd and 7. You're right, yeah. 3rd and 7.
I like the play call. You get half of it back. Now it's a very manageable 3rd and 7. And you're still going to have to pass the ball here, but you're not going to have to go. Could we be seeing? Okay, we got 5 wide here. Let's see if Alaska decides to blitz again. I don't think it's in their best interest to do.
Trips to the right of Miller, 2 receivers to his left. 3rd and 7. Fires over the middle. It's caught. Drive it continues.
They only sent 1 linebacker instead of 2, but every time that's called, it's a mismatch. Alaska should be playing a nice shallow mid zone. Instead, they're playing man, and that 5 wide shotgun all slants has just been money.
Now it's Grand Canyon once again with a nice catch. He must have Stickum on his hands. Trips to Miller's left, but they're going to run it up the middle for a 3-yard gain. And what's important about this drive, Matt, this is a time-consuming drive as well with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left in this game.
Yeah, well, there's 2 sides to that coin, right?
Mm-hmm.
If Denver scores 7, it looked pretty genius. If they don't, they have to settle for a field goal, then not quite so good. So they better bring out their best plays here in this 2nd down.
We'll see what happens. 2nd and 7 on Alaska's 12. They're inside the red zone. Miller decides to fire over the middle. Oh, it's caught! What a catch by Logan Gill, and I believe that is his 2nd touchdown. Denver regains the lead.
They're back in business, man. They took a risk. Oh, left throw by Miller in the back of the end zone, just seeing his one star receiver in the back, and just said, I'll throw it up to you, big guy. Go get it. And he did. And Denver's back in business. Lots of time for Alaska, but, I'd rather do the team up 3 points than down 3 points.
And we got another classic between, by 4. We got another classic between Denver and Alaska. Denver has the lead now. Kick is on the way, and it's good. Almost blocked, but Denver has the lead by 3, Matt.
Yeah, call all your friends, your friends' friends, your grandma's friends, your grandpa's friends, your uncle's, cousins, second brothers. I don't know what that even means. Roommate. It's going to go down to the wire here.
You see the upcoming broadcast schedule. Once again, Seattle and St. Louis at 5 p.m. Central Time, while at 7:30, Atlanta and Tulsa, Charleston and Queen City. But right now, we got a 3-point ball game. Merrill takes it at inside zone 5, and he's able to get to the 25-yard line. SFL Nation, you are watching the Week 2 Fan Night Game of the Week. He did a good job with this one. An exciting game between Denver and Alaska. Denver has the lead by 3, Matt.
Now this Denver defense, if I'm them, you'd love to see them just deny Alaska here, but I'm at least playing, don't let them score a touchdown, right? Field goals, okay. Touchdown, not so much.
And Cochran almost fires a pick. Great job by Mr. number 21, Josh Vasquez. I'm sorry, Josh. That's almost had his 3rd INT, but a nice pat down by him.
I saw Ron Cochran's life flash before his eyes on that one. Double deflection pick, kind of reminiscent of the end of the first half. Well, luckily for Ron, there was no stickum this time, and he gets to throw another down. Gotta be careful. Middle of the field's kind of a death trap.
2nd and 10 for Alaska. They're going to fire it to Como, making this a 3rd and manageable. You see Como's stat line: 7 catches, 138 yards with 1 touchdown.
This is going to be interesting now because you got a couple things. One, if I'm them, I'm definitely patched, but they could give it to Doyle, but he hasn't really been averaging that much. And if they don't get it, what are they going to do?
Well, we'll see. It could be a Doyle special. Maybe Dordelis will get 3rd and 4. 2 receivers to Cochran's right. They're going to pass it over the middle. It's caught! What a play by Jeff Como! Como stops Denver. Alaska has regained the lead.
Oh, man.
What a play.
The big play has killed Denver all game. That's the 3rd bomb. Breaks the tackle. See you later. Sayonara. Avita Zend. Any other language I know. See ya. And the only bright spot is now Denver has the ball back. And they need a touchdown to win. So that's the only bright spot. They can't kick a field goal unless this extra point is missed, a tie. Touchdown to win, and they got plenty of time. But boy, your defense, you just can't let that happen.
And that's the 2nd time it happened with Jeff Como, the 3rd time in today's game overall, because Optimus Klein was able to beat them with a slant route earlier in this half. D. Hughes back to try to make this a 4-point lead.
And Merrill had one early the first time, so everyone's got involved.
And Matt, we have another classic on our hands. 31-27, Alaska regains the lead. Denver has to respond with 3:56 left.
Anybody got some oxygen masks on the sidelines? I might need one.
And we are in high altitude, too. We're in Denver, Colorado.
I know. I mean, they make it any harder for me over here?
We'll see what happens here. Vega will get this inside the 5-yard line. He's able to bounce it a little bit to his left, but stop at the 24-yard line. That's where Denver will start their drive.
And with this amount of time left, Denver has enough plays in their playbook to slowly drive it down the field again and score a touchdown. We've seen them do it. McChesney still keeping that over 4 yards to carry average. You can still run it to him. Everything's open right now.
We'll see what happens. 1st and 10 on their own 24-yard line for the Night Wings. Miller drops back, fires it to McChesney. He makes the catch, had to stop, regain his speed there, only for a 5-yard gain, as Miller is now over 300 yards passing after that one.
But no, that's a great play. He gets McChesney out. He gets 5 halfway there. You got to be in close to 4-down territory if you're Denver. And so just work on getting 4 or 5 yards of play. Nice and simple. Don't throw a pick. Don't take any big risks right now. Just slow and steady, like I said earlier, for both teams.
2nd and 5 for Miller. He throws it to his right. Caught. 1st down. This drive extends. Logan Keel with the toe jack swag.
Keel working overtime. He's playing every position on the field. As far as receivers, he's playing the slot, playing the outside, wherever they need him, he's there. We'll have to see if Alaska's going to gear up another blitz here. Try to get some pressure on Miller. They haven't really done a good job.
So they got 7 to box there. While Miller drops back and fires it. Caught by the tight end, Kenoa. What a play, and that could be another double move situation that helped Kenoa get that first, and they in Alaska's 33-yard line after that play.
Alaska sent a linebacker again, trying to get some pressure, and what a throw by Josh Miller. What a bounce-back game for him and this whole offense, man. It hasn't been their fault. The defense has just let too many big plays through for Alaska. 3 big touchdown passes. If those weren't on the board, this could be a completely different ball game. So let's see if Miller can continue to move the ball down the field here with efficiency.
There's 3:37 left in the 4th quarter. 1st and 10 on Alaska's 33-yard line as McChesney gets the carry. Does a good job sidestepping a couple defenders and gets 8 yards on that play. His average is now at 4.6, but that was a very good run on 1st and 10.
Now if I'm Denver, I want the clock to run.
Right.
Although I don't know if they can run the clock down low enough. You know what I mean? They're so close to the end zone now. They're almost red zone. Yeah, take your time.
We'll see if they do that. 2nd and 2 as McChesney gets the ball once again on a full house formation. He's able to get enough yards for the first as this drive continues.
Much as I hate it, they're making the full house work. They when they've done it, they've gotten the yards they needed. And again, down. Let that clock run here. Going to get on under 2 minutes. Not under 2 minutes, but close to 2 minutes. And maybe they're going to throw a screen here off this now. Let's see what they come up with.
And instead, they decided to run it to the right.
Wow.
McChesney cuts back inside, gets another first down. And the running game has now caught on fire for the Night Wings here in the second half.
I might have to rethink this full house formation. I have no idea what's going on. Just great blocking. McChesney, by the time he gets hit, he's got the first down and way more. I wouldn't run another play. I would let this go to the 2-minute warning, but if Denver sees a look they like, they might just snap the ball, like right here. Press man again.
They decide to run one more play as McChesney goes up the gut. Almost got into the end zone. Be second and goal on Alaska's 2-yard line, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. We got another classic here as Denver is trying to regain the lead. You're watching the SFL Network live on Twitch. This is the SFL Game Night, Fan Night Game of the Week. With Andy Hamilton on stats, the Commissioner Cameron Irvine working behind the scenes at SFL headquarters. This is T-Roy Games with Matt Wilson, the Season 9 champion, Hall of Famer, with me as we're calling the end of another classic between Alaska and Denver.
That's the top of the screen again. It worked once before. Let's see if they might go up back to it.
Josh decides to throw it. He throws over the middle. Wide open! One-handed catch by Kinloa, and Denver regains the lead.
Oh my God. My heart can't take this.
I'm lightheaded myself, Matt.
I got an O2 sensor on my finger, and it's going below 90. Beep, beep, beep. Wow.
What a catch.
But I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Look at the clock.
Right.
Look at the timeouts. Alaska gets the ball back again. Denver has to not let the big play burn them.
Which unfortunately they haven't been able to do that throughout this game. Jackman will kick this. Almost blocked, but he was able to get it in. That's why you paid that kicker. Denver has a 3-point lead with 1:57 left. Kinloa is now with 9 receptions for 108 yards and 2 TDs in today's game, Matt.
Oh, if this game goes into overtime, I might die.
Oh, no, we don't want that. We need you. You gotta probably send like a something like an air mask or something for you.
Yeah.
I don't know. Merrill will get this not too deep in his end zone. He takes it to the 25. Nice spin move to get a little bit more yardage. But Alaska will start on their own 24. 2-minute drive begins now for the Storm.
But again, this isn't out of Alaska's realm of possibility here. You've got, all timeouts. The short passing game, fine by me. Cochran can't throw a pick. He's had a couple plays where he's trying to go over the middle, and it's been a disaster. Throw those away.
See what happens here. Ron Cochran drops back, pump fakes, decides to throw it to his right. Toe drag swag complete. What a catch by Mr. Jeff Como.
I lost track of the ball here. I just saw the corner jump up, and I'm like, ooh. But luckily for Ron, it was a safer throw than I thought. Didn't burn much time, and first down. See what they do now.
Ron Cochran so far has a QB rating of 119.1, throwing for over 330 yards so far in this game. 1:48 left in this exciting matchup between Alaska and Denver. Cochran drops back and throws. Almost intercepted, could have been caught, but Mr. Justin Jones with the pat down saves a long touchdown play.
Well, I was having flashbacks again. Every time Cochran winds up and goes to the sidelines, I'm having a little PTSD.
Right.
That last 3 touchdown throws he's had. So good job for Denver to keep the ball in front of them. Don't let that happen.
2nd and 10 for Alaska. 2 backs in the backfield. That's Nordellis and, well, actually that was Paul and J.W. Doyle, but it's a pass.
Ooh.
And I think the receivers may have prevented themselves from making that catch as they got in the way. Pass attended to Optimus Klein. It's a very important 3rd and 10.
I think there's a little PI there that Denver got away with, but, It's all up to ref 62, and if he didn't see it, it didn't happen.
Unfortunately for Alaska, he did not see it. Making this a 3rd and 10. A minute 42 left. Very important 3rd down here. Trips to Cochran's right. One receiver to the bottom. That looked like that's Como. Here, that was Klein. I think it was Como. He's going to fire over the middle. Oh, dangerous pass. That was intended to Como. He was actually on the top of our screen. But
what a play to break that up. Are they bringing the punting unit on? Are they insane?
Right. With a minute 37 left, you don't want to give Denver a chance to run out the clock.
They're going to punt the ball. I can't believe it.
Strange decision there, especially when the defenses have been struggling all game. 2-2 will punt this. Storm fans may not be happy in the chat right now.
Just hold on to the ball if you're in the return. Nice job.
Great job by Vega. While he wasn't able to make a kick return for a touchdown today, he's been doing a great job on special teams. Denver will stop at their own 29-yard line, 1st and 10.
T-Roy, if you're Denver, what do you do here?
Run McChesney until they get rid of all their timeouts.
Bingo. See, I'll let you play analysis. Analysis there for a little bit. Analysis. I can't even talk. This game's so exciting.
I know. 1st and 10. Nice run by McChesney. He gets 4, and there's the first timeout, but good start for Denver.
Looked like they had McChesney for 3, and he got tackled and fell forward for another 3, or another 2. And you got to stack the box if you're Alaska, because if you know what I know, that you know what I know, they're going to run. Unless they outthink themselves, like, look at this.
Uh-oh. Could be an inside handoff, or they actually going to throw it.
Wide receiver open in the slot here. Oh, boy.
They are going to throw it, and it's caught. It'll be 3rd and 3, but he went out of bounds, which will stop the clock.
I don't love it, but they're saying McChesney can get 3 yards. Denver is betting the house. So we'll see if this all-in play works or if they get bitten.
If this works, you can very much say it's ball game. Very important 3rd down for the Storm's defense.
Look out, they're playing up. This is going to be a difficult run.
Hand off to the chest, he goes up the gut. He stopped short, 1 yard away from the first down. Alaska calls their final timeout. Tobin with the tackle.
I thought he had that.
Same here. But the booth can only challenge us inside 2 minutes. And they won't, so Denver has a decision to make. And they will punt it.
No.
So Alaska will have 1 timeout and potentially a minute 10 left in this game. Here's the kick by Lily Long. Merrill's the return man. He decides to return. Gets taken to the shadow realm with that hit. Great job by number 49. That is Raul Duke with the tackle.
Everybody get your CPR ready. I need it. Almost.
We all need it.
Minute 13. Does that mean that Jeff Como is going to catch a bomb? It's a minute 13 for number 13. We'll have to see what Denver playback. Playback.
Too bad it's July the 15th and not the 13th right now. 13's all around, but that's not the case. He's going to number 13. He holds up. Optimus Klein with another catch. And Denver will have to somehow, some way prevent Alaska from making a field goal. What a play by Optimus Klein, Matt.
I'm not worried about the field goal. I'm worried about the touchdown.
That's true. And they
one
go
time
hurry
out,
up.
50 seconds, plenty of time.
And that's a great hurry-up offense by Alaska. They got to the line real quick.
Baca!
And Waterfall's a duck, almost picked off. Vasquez almost had a game-ending INT, and Alaska lives to fight another down.
Sorry, T-Ray. I'm getting too excited. I didn't mean to talk there.
Are you
keeps
okay?
steaming through the line and almost got a pick by 21. And I'm almost out of gas.
We're almost out of gas. Great play by Optimus Klein earlier to get Alaska to this point on the Denver 27. They at least have a field goal attempt to tie it, but they're going to try to win it here. 41 seconds left in this exciting contest. Two backs in the backfield. Cochran throws it in the middle of the combo. 3rd and 1. They are going to hurry up. 33 seconds to counter. Right. What are they going to do here? They don't want to turn it over. Cochran fires it. Caught. First down. Will they call a timeout? No. 24 seconds left and counting. They decided to go hurry up again.
Oh, boy.
17 seconds left. He decides to spike it. So, decision time. Will they try to get in the end zone one more time, or will they actually kick the field goal, even though it's kind of early?
I think 16 seconds. I think they're going to run one more play and just keep everything in front of you. If you're Denver, don't let them score.
Yeah, they got to hold them to 3 so they can guarantee overtime here. Cochran drops back, fires over the middle. It's gone! Touchdown! Alaska has regained the lead. Jeff Como once again.
I told you, number 13. It's unlucky for Denver, but very lucky for Alaska. I told you, minute 13 to go, and look, there's 13 seconds to go on the clock. It's all 13s.
Right.
13s for Alaska, and now Denver's got a Hail Mary and a prayer right about now, unfortunately.
And they do have the receiving core, in spite of the fact Jones is no longer in the game. But you're right, Matt. 13 seconds left. They're gonna have to score 6 somehow, some way. DeHue with the extra point. It's good. Well, there won't be overtime. It's either a touchdown or a bust. With 13 seconds left, Denver will get the ball soon.
The problem is now with Denver's offense, I have not seen them roll out a really big play. You know, it's been very conservative but effective. Now you're down, you need a big throw. What are you going to come up with here? You can't Hail Mary it from the 30. Let's see if Mr. 4.7 can run a 4.2 and score off this kickoff.
Well, he will get a chance. He has returned 1 last season, but he only gets it to the 20-yard line. 10 seconds left. Well, here's one important thing, though. Denver at least has a full allotment of timeout, so they'll be able to get down the field. They'll get a better chance for a Hail Mary attempt.
Well, no matter what happens, this is a championship-type game. Let me tell you, one of the best we've seen, probably the best I've called maybe in my career.
And Mike Dax decided to go on vacation. He missed a good one. 1st and 10 for Denver. They're going to throw it. Let's go! Come on!
Timeout!
They got to call timeout. They do with 3 seconds left. They're at Alaska's 49-yard line. This is it, but what a great play.
Oh, man. Only they had about 20 seconds instead of 3.
Right.
Because you got to run the Hail Mary here, and, well, I've only seen 2 converted in my lifetime. You're going to have to, just chuck it and hope.
We'll see. This is the ball game here.
Don't get sacked. At least give your receivers a chance. Watch out for Big Sexy.
Yeah, Big Sexy and Champion. You want to watch out for those two. Final play of the game. This is it. Miller, look out. He's tackled. That is it. Alaska comes back from behind. Moves to 2-0. And they won the game. 38-34. Matt, what's your final thought, sir?
Again, I need oxygen. It's a game worthy of, maybe top 10 in SFL history.
Right.
A championship game, rematch. It had everything. An epic comeback, big plays. I guess the one thing that really sticks out in my head, the Denver defense or offense, much improved from last week, much more consistent. They need to get on that defense and get rid of those big play lapses, because without those big play lapses, I think Denver walks away with a win here.
And I hate to be that guy, but remember earlier in the first half, there was a possession Denver had where they decided to get cute and throw it to their running back, and that was a 4-point difference that they needed.
Yeah,
it would have been a tie ball game.
Yeah, they get right at the beginning of the game, the first drive, I think, when they settled for, instead of running it at the 1-inch line. That could have cost them too. But I just think there's a few defensive leaks that Denver needs to clear up. But their offense, good job, good adjustments. I wouldn't change too much and just be ready for next 2 weeks.
Yep. Remember, SFL Nation, we have games tomorrow, then we'll be off in completely next week as we see Jeff Como take one of his great touchdown receptions there for 6. Final thoughts, Matt, before we wish everybody a good week?
But like I said before, just great game all around. Props to both coaches. These are the kind of games we want in this league. That's what makes it exciting. That's what makes it worthwhile for all of us broadcasters, all of our viewers. And even though it's a tough loss for Denver, you know, they got to be just, you know, kicking themselves. You know, I just think it's a win for everybody in the league. And this isn't the end for Denver. They're 1-1. They probably played the toughest team in the SFL, and it's just going to be bright things going forward for them. And Alaska's still terrifying, and I wouldn't want to face them.
And let's look at the SFL player of the game, Jeff Como. Nice decision there. 11 receptions for 234 yards and 3 TDs. Well, for Andy Hamilton in stats, the commissioner, Cameron Irvine, working behind the scenes at SFL headquarters. This is T-Roy Gaines and Matt Wilson signing off. Thank you, SFL Nation. I hope you guys have a great week. Take care.